Tonight we have a student from Lorain High School who will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Lasia Huddleston Parlow is an 11th grade student and is the daughter of Andrea Huddleston and Thomas Parlow. She has one sister, Lorain, one brother, Andrew. After high school, she plans to attend, had to correct myself, the Ohio State University, and wants to major in communications or forensic nursing. After the pledge, Lasia will speak on Black history. Ms. Diane Conaberry, principal of Lorain High School, is here tonight to support her student. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. It is a pleasure to be here tonight. This month we observe contributions, small and large, made by activists, historians, and slaves. They fought for unity, freedom, righteousness, and equality. African American History Month, better known as Black History Month, began in the year of 1926, when historian Carter G. Woodson partnered with the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History to announce the second week of February as Negro History Week. Woodson contended that Black history was essential to ensure physical and intellectual survival of the race. If a race has no history nor tradition, it becomes a negligible factor, which stands danger of extermination. During 1969, the expansion of the historical week was proposed by the Black United Students at Kent State University. Black History Month was finally officially recognized in 1976. These leaders fought for the lives and rights of millions, never concerning them how long it would take. It was never about the distance, but solely the journey alone. Their fight was not done in vain. They helped to shape this nation into the land of the free and the home of the brave. As a child, higher learning and education was never an option, better yet, a priority. I was able to watch my older sister excel academically, which made me want to go further than being mediocre. Education does not stop when I do. It is up to me to learn. I thank leaders who have paved the way in African American education, such as Booker T. Washington. Washington was a dominant leader in the African American community. Born into slavery, he became the voice of former slaves and their descendants. You've got to embrace your past in order to have a foundation for the future. Words from Reverend Dr. Harold Carter. The knowledge of Washington's past, he overcame all obstacles and became an African American educator, author, orator, and advisor to former presidents of the United States. Pivotal leaders such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Medgar Evers, and so on, left behind their legacies and dreams. Daniel Hale Williams, a cardiologist who performed the first successful precardium surgery. He also founded the first non-segregated hospital in the United States. Thank you to Madam C.J. Walker, accredited for the creation of the hot comb. Garrett Morgan from Cleveland, Ohio, notable for the invention of the gas mask and a traffic signal. The National Urban League, a nonpartisan civil rights organization. They've helped to crack barriers in Black employment. Today there is more than 100 affiliates in 35 states, including the Lorain County Urban League, which has helped many inner-city kids who aren't financially blessed to partake in leadership summits, college tours, etc. Due to these people and organizations, the United States continues to blossom and continues to redeem the dream made by iconic leaders. Because of them, we not only rejoice in the celebration of this month, but millions of African Americans are now seen for who they truly are. Thank you.
I'd like for the parents of Lasia, please stand, and the family members. Thank you for a wonderful, outstanding job. We do appreciate you attending Lorain State Schools and sending Lasia here as well. And I'd like to give her a certificate as well, appreciation, and thank you very much for all your help.
Officer Sullivan, Sergeant Soto. Mr. Lee, will you please come forward too?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I'm going to read a little something real quick here in regards to Ann and why he's being chosen as the winner for the Do the Right Thing program. On behalf of the Lorain City and the Lorain Police Department, and on behalf of Chief Sal Rivera, we'd like to thank you for doing the right thing. Ann was on one of the first student buses. The date was November 14, 2013. The route was 47, and the driver became ill and got on the radio and called for help. He remained calm, and first student sent another bus, and is indeed another student who did the right thing. Again, on behalf of the Lorain Police Department and Chief Sal Rivera, we'd like to congratulate you on doing the right thing.
Brad Sprague is here for first student also, and he would like to also thank you. What we do, you want to do that to him, Brad? T-shirt and a few other goodies that are all in here for you. We won't go through them all because we won't let everybody know. You can put all that in there, and we do truly would like to thank you on behalf of Lorain City Schools also and first student. And being he is a high school student at Lorain High School, senior, correct? Yes. And so we're very proud of you very much for doing the right thing. Thank you. Yes. Sergeant.
Okay, I need an motion to go into executive session for item C, conferences with an attorney for the public body concerning disputes involving the public body that are subject of pending or imminent court action.
Motion to go into executive session according to item C.
You want to do the hearing of the public first?
Yeah, I think we should.
I don't know why it would make a difference.
Because people
They,
may want to wait.
if they want to leave, they can.
We can. Hearing of the public.
Withdraw my motion.
There was no second.
Oh, we can act on it. Doesn't look like there's anybody.
Okay.
There we go. We're gonna go.
Now, can I have a motion to go into executive session for item C?
Right over here. Yeah.
Motion to go into executive session under item C.
Need a second? I'm sorry, Tony was first. Okay. Mr. Demakia?
Yes.
Mr. Fallis?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Okay, I need a motion to come back into regular session. Roll call.
Mr. Demakia?
Yes.
Mr. Fallis?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
And Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Need a motion to approve or amend and sign the minutes of the organizational meeting and regular meeting held on Tuesday, January 14th.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Roll call.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Fallis?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
And Mr. Demakia?
Yes. Old business? Report and recommendations of the treasurer.
Light docket today, got 3 items. The approval of the December 2013 financial reports. Item 2 is the purchase orders requiring board approval. Item 3 is donations. One quick note, the cash balance of the general fund at the end of December is $7.6 million. And that's all I have for this evening, so I recommend approval of items 1, 2, and 3.
Motion to approve financial matter items 1 through 3.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Fallis?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Demakia?
Yes.
Thank you.
Report and recommendations of the superintendent.
Under personnel matters, A, item 1, consideration of approval of discontinuances A and B as listed there as certified support staff. Item 2, approval of new appointments. This is a position that's been open for a while. This is a replacement position. Item 3, these are 2 that are recalled from reduction in force. As I announced at earlier meetings, we've had some computer people leave us, So in addition to that, we are reinstituting some of our media clerks, which is our librarians, and we'll be getting, we won't be quite full force, but they will at least have half a day at each building, and we'll be adding 3 more also to that, and I think I have a foundation that will help support that in the future. Item 4, consider approval of leave of absences as listed. We have quite a number, as we do every meeting. Approval of supplemental contracts, A, certified staff, additional class as listed. Approval of supplemental contracts, Longfellow, the basketball. Item 7, approval of supplemental contracts for non-certified. This is Dave McFarland, which has been reported in the newspaper after a long, extensive search. This is a recommendation Mr. Corey made to myself and I'm making to the board. Item 8, consideration of approval of miscellaneous actions. This is for the sectional district wrestling tournament. This doesn't cost the district anything. This is flow-through money. This is Ohio High School Athletic Association, but because it flows through us and we pay them, it has to be on our agenda. So I ask approval for personnel matters A, items 1 through 8.
Motion to approve items 1 through 8.
Support.
Pick which one you want.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Fallis?
Yes.
Mr. Damachia?
Yes.
Operation matters B, item 9. This is approval of a contract with Deb Burrow for completing a revision. This is one of our we're short a psychologist. She's ill, and she did some work for us earlier as a substitute to work on some of our IEPs that are required for our students. Item 10 is a contract with Maruna Consulting. This is a general fund, which is part of our special needs services, is for orientation and mobility services for some of our special needs students. Item 11 is a consideration of approval of a contract with APQC. Last year, we saved quite a bit of money using their business model. We had a $40,000 contract that was given to us by the foundations, a joint foundation between Stocker and Nord. This year, they have upped that amount to $55,000 if we could put $5,000 in. I'm using it out of my discretionary fund, and that discretionary money is donated to the district through various things, such as the food service donates money, and Do the Right Thing is the other thing I'm spending on that. But this is a great opportunity to expand this program at our district with more people and hopefully get better projects to save more, and we had that at the last board meeting. Item 12, operations, consider approval for the National Theater for Children. This is at least some arts in the district that there's no cost. Item 13, approval of a contract with the New Readers Press. This is Title I grant expenditure to get our students ready for the Ohio graduation test. And item 14 is a contract with Pearson's. This is a 2A expenditure, and this has to do with PD for the standards-based math classrooms. So I ask for approval of operation matters B, items 9 through 14.
Motion to approve operation matters under item B, items 9 through 14.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Fallis?
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Damachia?
Yes.
Other matters, this is, as we had our speeches earlier tonight, we'd like approval of the adoption for Black History Month, and you can read item 15 for the month of February 2014.
Motion to approve item 15.
Support.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Sturgill?
Yes.
Mr. Fallis?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Damachia?
Yes.
That concludes my recommendations and report.
Thank you. New business? Any committee reports or requests from board members?
I have a report, Mr. Damachia. As a political liaison, there are a number of pieces of legislation going through the Senate and the House in Columbus that will have an impact if they become law. I'm only going to hit the ones that would have the most impact. One of them is House Bill 264, which greatly increases the district's liability in providing services to students with diabetes. Lottery, there's one to make the Lottery Commission more open and public as to how much money is going into from the lottery into the educational fund and what that money is used for. Let's see here. House Bill 342 is allowing partnering with other organizations in applying for the straight A fund.
For the ESCs.
Yes. There's House Bill 171 that deals with credit for religious instruction off-site, which would include both transportation and liability connected with that. One that most everybody's interested in is House Bill 416, which will probably move out of the House this week. And that adds 4 calamity days to this year's, and only this year's school calendar, and would also allow districts to add 30 minutes per day to the regular schedule, and over time, by doing that, would accomplish a makeup or a calamity day made up. But it is only for this year, and next year it will be interesting because it goes to hours.
Actually, yeah, the formula changes next year. The old law used to allow you to extend your school day to make up your hours. Last year, under the new law, they took that away. Now they're looking to put it back the next year. As this has been reported, and I've been on Channel 8 and everything else, next year the rule changes to you have to be in school a number of hours. It's 1,001 or something hours for 7 through 12 and 900 and some odd numbers for K-6. That works extremely well for our district, as I reported, because we don't have 2-hour delays, but some districts have as many as 30, 40 2-hour delays. We either are in school or out of school, and in our instructional time, we're well within the time frame. So if those rules were in effect this year, we'd still be in pretty good shape.
And the last is House or Senate Bill, there's 2 more. Senate Bill 229, which seeks to modify some of the requirements in the Ohio teacher evaluation system. And one that will be interesting to watch, which is House Bill 167, would require districts to modify their zero tolerance policies to take into consideration more things before suspension or expulsion of a student. That completes my report, sir.
Thank you. Second hearing of public. Our next board meeting is scheduled for Monday, February 17th. However, that is President's Day. I do have a recommendation that we switch that, cancel the February 17th meeting, and have it will be a special meeting, of course, on Thursday, February 20th, if there are no objections to that date, same time, same place.
It's okay.
So the next scheduled board meeting will be Thursday, February 20th, 6:30, right here in room 10. With all that being said, if I can have a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Fells,
Yes.
Mr. Sturgill,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
and Mr. Demakia.
Yes.
7:22.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.